This is the worst thing that you can do if you're trying to sell a house. Putting your house on the market with 4 estate agents at once. Big mistake. Don't do it. You're going to want to watch the reasons why coming up now. Okay, number one, you're going to look desperate. Now, maybe money isn't the only factor. Sometimes people have to sell a property quite urgently and they're willing to let it go a little bit cheaper as a result. But ultimately, if you put your house up for sale with 4 estate agents, to a lot of people, you will look really, really desperate. And buyers might potentially look to take advantage of that. The other thing that you need to consider is that a lot of people are put off by properties that are on the market with multiple agents. They're either going to think there's something wrong with your house when maybe there isn't, or alternatively, a buyer will be concerned that if they agree a sale with estate agent A, the agent B, C and D are in the background potentially trying to scupper the deal. It creates a nervousness that can put people off. You don't need 4 estate agents to sell a house, you just need the right one. Reason 2 coming up. Okay, number 2, you've got 4 estate agents on the case. The probability of each agent getting paid for their work is therefore dramatically reduced. Now let's work on the basis that your average high street agent at the moment is probably selling 50 or 60% of what they put up for sale. Nobody sells everything, and those numbers do fluctuate greatly depending on which agent you choose. But if we work on the basis that the average is say 60%, if you've got 4 agents involved, it would be fair to say that even the best agent is potentially only got a 20 or 30% probability of getting paid. How do you think that's going to affect their motivation to help you? And even if they are doing everything to help you, ultimately, if they're not getting paid for their work, they might be distracted by other things going on in their office, and that can't be good for you. Number 3, competition. Your house is not the only house in town up for sale. And if you are dealing with these high street agents that have maybe got 50 properties on their books, for example, and the probability of them getting paid on your one is quite slim, if someone rings their office asking for a 2 or 3 bedroom house in your part of the world, what's the probability of that estate agent saying, that house is really great, Mr. Smith, but you know what, I've got something slightly better around the corner, why don't you come and have a look at that one instead? You could find that your estate agent is pushing inquiries from your house into other properties because the chance of them getting paid quicker, more money, or higher probability are all in their best interest. That would not happen if they were working on your property in exclusivity. Okay, number 4, poorer advice or less transparency. If I'm selling a house for a client and there's 4 people that are interested in it, I've had 4 conversations and I can relay to my client, this is the best person for you, be it price, speed, whatever the important issue is to that client. I've had all the conversations, I've met all these people, and my advice is that you should go with that person. And then the owner has got what is a fairly simple decision to make. If there's 4 estate agents involved and 4 buyers, and each agent's got a buyer each, you're going to get 4 varying messages, and all of those agents will be pushing their agenda onto you, wanting to fight off the other 3 parties and other 3 agents. None of those agents can give you a truly impartial, independent, honest assessment of who it's best for you to proceed with, because none of them will have spoken to all of the 4 people involved. Having more agents involved can only complicate the situation. Appoint 1 agent and then you'll be better informed. And then number 5, the big one, price. Most people want as much money for their property as they possibly can. It's not always the most important consideration. Sometimes it will be timescales, but price primarily wins through. You're going to want as much money for your asset as possible. And having your property on the market with 4 agents, you are reducing the chances of that happening. So the first one, and probably not an important one in the grand scheme of things, is that if you've got 4 agents, the fee that you pay the successful agent will potentially be higher. Most agents will charge a higher amount of money if it's multiple agency. Do you want to pay an estate agent more money than you have to? Potentially not. Number 2, this one is absolutely critical. You're going to want an open day on your house. Now, you can't always do one because there isn't always enough demand. But if there is lots of demand on your property, an open house is there to create competition and to drive the price upwards. If you've got lots of people looking at your house on a Saturday, on a busy open day, and 2 people fall in love with it, they're going to start competing, and that will normally push the price upwards, which is good for you. It's more difficult to do an open house if there's 4 agents involved. And the reason for that is if agent A gets an inquiry on a Monday and they've got an open house on the Saturday, they'll schedule everyone, they'll prep them. Oh, it's a busy open day. You need to be ready that if you're interested in the property, you're going to have to put your best foot forward very quickly. When there's other agents involved, is that agent going to want to hold off from Monday to Saturday to get you the best result and run the risk of one of the other agents selling it in the meantime? Probably not. They're going to want to get that buyer in Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning, worst case scenario. And that means that that open day come Saturday either doesn't happen or it has much less impact than it ordinarily would. And you want an open day to get yourself as much money as possible. And then the third thing is cheeky offers. If I get an offer from a buyer that I consider lower than acceptable, I will often push it back to that buyer and say, no, this offer is not good enough. The vendor's expectations are higher than that. You're going to need to have a think about things and come back to me with something a little bit better. You've got 4 agents working on this particular property. One of them gets a cheeky offer. Is he going to go back to that person and renegotiate? In the meantime, one of the other agents might sell it? Or is he going to push that cheeky offer on you and say, you really, really need to take this? You're maybe not going to get as many second bites of the cherry because agent A will be worrying about the other 3 agents working on things behind their back. The overall message for all of these points is that you don't need 4 estate agents to sell a house. You need to pick the right estate agent with a plan who's motivated and is going to work hard to get you the best result. There could be particular circumstances with this property that I know nothing about. It has happened before, but generally speaking, this advice is out there to discourage people from doing what they think is helping their property sale when the reality is actually doing them a lot more harm than they probably realise. If you know this individual, feel free to get them to watch this video or contact me directly. I'll be happy to have a conversation. And if you live in my part of the world, Welling, Sidcup or Bexley Heath, and I can help you with your moving plans, all my contact information is down below. I look forward to hearing from you. Good luck.